Do you feel that you have good study skills?
I feel like they could be better, but they're okay.
And so, can you tell us some of your study techniques that you have?
I mean, I usually, if I'm reading something for class, I'm probably going to highlight the pertinent information that I think might be on the exam, or stuff I have questions about. You know, if it's like a novel or something, I'll probably do the same thing. And I really just rely on my memory a lot, to be honest, though.
Okay. So, how many hours in a day do you study outside of class?
Let's see, maybe two to three.
And how many hours do you study in a week?
In a week, I guess it would be like 10 to 15.
So, do you feel that the way you study is efficient for you?
It is for me. It's working for me so far. I mean, I took some time off from school, so this is my first semester in like a year and a half, so it's kind of a readjustment type of thing, but it works for me.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Bill, you have good study skills.
No.
No, not at all.
Well, I mean, no, not really. Never mind.
So, there's room for improvement?
Yeah, plenty.
Okay. Could you tell us some of your techniques, study techniques? I mean, yeah.
I don't really study like ever, to be honest. Like, I cram. I don't study though.
You cram, so you're pro cramming?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How many hours in a day outside of class do you study?
Maybe like one if I have a test the next day. Like, maybe.
Okay. How many hours in a week do you study outside of class?
If I have a test that week, like one.
One. So if you don't have a test, you're not studying,
No,
basically.
I'm not.
Okay. I mean, I guess you kind of answered this, but do you feel the way you study is efficient for you?
Efficient for me?
For you.
Oh, yeah.
For you.
It's definitely efficient for me.
But for others?
For the mass population, probably not.
Okay, cool. And do you feel you need to improve?
I would feel like I need to improve if my grades weren't good, but my grades are pretty good.
So you've been getting by with barely studying?
I've been doing pretty good with barely studying.
That's really good. I'm glad to hear. But you know, you should improve your study skills for like maybe you going to grad school or anything like that?
Maybe.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Yeah, I probably should.
Okay, but keep it up. Thank you, Ashley. Alright, Mr. Aaron, do you feel you have good study skills?
Honestly, I do not.
Do not? Okay. Could you go through some of your study techniques that you do have?
Honestly, when I do study, probably put in a good hour or two before the test the night before, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes before I go to class, just to refresh my memory. But other than that, not too much studying.
So you're pro cramming, you like to say? You're for cramming?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's cool. Alright, how many hours in a day outside of class do you think you study?
Maybe 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Alright, how many hours in a week do you study?
Maybe about 10.
Maybe 10? Alright. Do you feel that the way you study is efficient for you?
For me, I feel it's efficient, but it might not work for everybody else.
Okay. Last question. Do you feel you need to improve your study skills? Or has it been working for you so far?
It worked in high school, but it's not as efficient here in college, but I could probably improve.
Room for improvement?
Yeah.
Alright, I appreciate it.
So, do you feel that you have good study skills?
Yes, I do.
If so, why?
I say because I managed to keep above a 3.8 so far, and managed to devote my time and energy into all my classes. So like I'm not just like one subject type of student.
So can you tell us some of your study techniques?
I would say I take out one weekend out of the month in order to just study. No parties, no no alcohol, just nothing, just riding, just make sure, just go, just one weekend, like out of the month, just make sure, just catch up on all work and do all that. And that's my major thing.
So how many hours in a week do you study?
Depending on the week, but on an average, I guess I'll say like 6 hours studying, like, yeah, 6 hours a week.
That you have good study skills?
They're alright. I try to study as regularly as I can, even though I don't study as much as I like to.
Well, can you tell us some of your study techniques that you use?
I try to get to the health sciences library where it's really quiet, and I try to immerse myself in my work as much as I can over a few hours and break.
So, on an average, how many hours in a day do you study outside of class?
It varies during the time of the semester, but on average I'd say maybe 1 to 2 hours.
Okay. How many hours do you study in a week?
Including homework, I would have to say maybe 5-6 hours.
5-6 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that the way you study is efficient for you?
Yeah. It could be better though, but for the meanwhile now, it's alright.
So what ways do you think that you can improve on the way you study?
I could highlight notes in my textbook. I could try not to procrastinate on my studies like a lot of people do, and just put more effort into it.
Would you say that you cram?
No, I'm not a cram. I'm not a cram. No, I can't.
Why don't you cram?
I don't cram because when I do, it just it goes in and it just comes right back out again, and I forget everything I cram. So it's no good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.